Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us for DC News Now at 9 o'clock. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Susan Tran. We start with some breaking news from Prince George's County, where police are investigating a triple shooting that happened in Mount Rainier.
Yeah, we're told at least one person is dead, 2 others are hurt. Police say it happened around 7:25 tonight on Rhode Island Avenue outside of Chuck's Liquor. We're told the victims were sitting in an SUV out front. They say the gunman then ran off. Police do believe this is a targeted shooting. This is a developing situation. We do have a crew headed to that scene right now to gather more information. Of course, we'll pass along any more information as it comes into our newsroom.
DC News Now is your local election headquarters, and a spotlight on the hotly contested Senate race happening in Maryland.
Yeah, a new report from CNN says Democratic candidate Prince George's County Executive Angela Alsobrooks took tax deductions she did not qualify for. Alsobrooks at a campaign event in Greenbelt tonight. That's where you find DC News Now's Marielle Carbone.
And Marielle, has she addressed this controversy yet?
Yeah, Susan, she did. She spoke to us just a little bit ago and simply says that this was an oversight, that it's being corrected, and frankly that these mistakes, they could have happened to anybody. Now, as for those specifics, CNN reporting that Alsobrooks took 2 tax cuts that she shouldn't have taken. The first, a homestead tax on a property she owns in Prince George's County. That tax break, it is intended only for a person's primary property, which that property, it is not her primary home. The other, it is a tax break for seniors, which is linked to a property that Alsobrooks used to own in D.C. She tells us that that home, it belonged to her grandmother, and that she took over the mortgage for her, and that simply never knew the tax credit was on that home.
The reality is I would never take a tax credit that I wasn't entitled to. And as I mentioned on the one on my personal home, it generally, it wouldn't even benefit me to take a homestead tax credit on the wrong home. But it's being corrected. It was an oversight.
And Republican Senate candidate Larry Hogan responding to the report, saying it's deeply disturbing that Angela Alsobrooks thinks the rules don't apply to her. She campaigns on raising taxes while failing to pay her own and taking advantage of tax credits reserved for the poor and elderly. Now, we did ask Alsobrooks about that statement from Hogan, and her response is just simply that she does not believe she's above the law. Reporting live in Greenbelt, Maryland tonight, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
All right, getting a first check on the forecast. A live look right now at the White House on this first full day of fall. Kind of, you can see here, just a kind of a gloomy, crummy Monday night evening.
Absolutely. The White House here, a little gauzy from the rain and kind of the visibility issues that we're dealing with. Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb's here with all of the details. Janessa.
Yeah, it's really not the best first full day of the fall season. Temperatures surely feel like it. We're sitting under overcast skies, temperatures into the upper 60s. We've been dealing with rain the last couple of hours, and unfortunately that is really going to continue as we go into kind of the next 24 hours. We're dealing with multiple alerts that expand across the DC metro area down towards southern Maryland as well. Let's take a kind of this closer look. What's happening across central Montgomery County into Alexandria? All this moisture is eventually going to flow from Chantilly all the way into the metro area, and then eventually, if you're across Falls Church, 922, Jefferson area, 918, that moisture will continue to impact the region. Look how quickly it's moving far into the Potomac and parts of the Chesapeake, and so we'll deal with multiple rounds really going into about midnight before that rain starts to die down. 65 right now out towards Kaiser and Cumberland, 67 for DC area. We were extremely below average for this time of year, and so we are going to continue to get that fall feel going into the rest of this week. I only see one day this week that we're nice and dry. I'll show you that in a 7-day forecast coming up.
All right, we'll see you then, Janessa. Meanwhile, D.C. will start phasing out the Circulator bus service next week, completely shut down at the end of the year. But the fight to save the service continues. Dozens of people gathered outside the Wilson building in D.C. today, demanding the city reconsider. They're calling on Mayor Muriel Bowser and the district's Department of Transportation to have Metro Bus take over in January. WMATA says it will increase service on some of the Circulator routes and has interviewed some employees. Raymond Jackson, who heads the union representing Circulator workers, wants all of them hired.
These are the same workers who a few years ago fought for their rights, for fair wages and for fair benefits, And now that they have him, it's like, this is your punishment for fighting for what we thought was fair.
DDOT announced in late July the decision to end Circulator service after its funding got cut.
Developing now in Virginia, DC News Now has the body cam video showing the very first time right here that Manassas Park Police spoke with Naresh Bhatt. He is the man charged in connection with his wife's disappearance. Now, Bhatt is being held without bond, charged with concealing a body, but Mamta Kafle Bhatt has not been found.
Yeah, our Max Marcilla joining us live in studio tonight. Max, we know that police eventually, Naresh stopped cooperating and talking with them, but there's a lot we can learn from this video.
Yeah, and a former FBI agent who we spoke with after we each watched the video says it's as much about what Naresh Bhatt said as how he said it, and the interaction you're about to see happened just days after prosecutors believe he killed his wife, Mamta Kafle. On August 2nd, Manassas Park Police came to this home looking to talk with Naresh Bhatt, who was arrested weeks later.
We're looking for Miss Mamta Kafle.
Yeah, we see like on Tuesday, Wednesday, she left and then she says she's gonna go either New York or Texas, and then she left, she had the phone and then she destroyed that phone and then she left.
Naresh says he and his wife Mamta were in the process of separating and also says her leaving was not unusual.
If it's the first time, then I can say, oh, okay, where are you going, this and that. This is multiple times.
The nearly 12-minute long interaction was shown in court on Friday when Naresh was denied bond. An expert says the video raises some red flags.
When people are responsible for a criminal act, they just can't stop talking, even if it's almost white noise. They want to control the narrative. The other thing I noticed that we often see in these situations is a total blame shift.
We know from investigators Naresh changed his story and eventually stopped cooperating. Mamta has still not been found, and Naresh has not been charged with murder. Jennifer Coffindaffer says that could come with or without a body.
I believe what they're doing is poring over the digital information they have and really trying to pinpoint where he went, where his car went, where she could be. Because if they can find the body, then certainly they're going to make a case. They're just biding time.
And in court on Friday, prosecutors outlined their belief that Naresh killed Mamta, then dismembered her body and disposed of her in dumpsters and trash compactors around Northern Virginia. Now, Naresh is expected back in court twice this week for a couple of motion hearings. His trial for that charge of concealing a dead body is set for November. Live in the studio, Max Marcilla, DC News Now.
All right, some interesting details there, Max. Thank you. Over in Maryland, a Baltimore man has been sentenced for a deadly home invasion in Silver Spring. Caleb Hanu will spend the rest of his life in prison. He was given 2 consecutive life sentences plus 20 years. Court documents show that Berhanu broke into a home on Easter Sunday back in 2023 and shot Carlos Carter multiple times while he was asleep. Prosecutors say that Carter tried to escape only to fall, dying at the feet of his mother and siblings.
And we have new information tonight on the Bowie, Maryland police officer who fired his gun during a traffic stop earlier this month and hit a passing car. The chief says the officer involved is Sergeant Robert Warrington. He's a 12-year veteran of the Bowie Police Department. Bowie PD saying Warrington stopped to help a driver that he thought was stranded on the highway. That's when a man approached. They say for reasons that remain under investigation, Warrington fired 1 round from his gun. No one was injured, but he is on paid administrative leave. Chief Preston says he will talk about the investigation at the next Community Matters meeting. That is Thursday night at 6 p.m. at City Hall.
We're following breaking news now. The man accused of vandalizing a popular gay bar in Logan Circle has been arrested. Police say that he was caught spray painting over images of Vice President Harris.
This happened Saturday morning at the little gay pub on P Street near 11th in Northwest. DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg joining us there live tonight.
And Daniel, you've learned that this is not the first time this has happened.
Susan, Chris, this is the second time this month that this has happened. Right here is where of the vice president were spray paint. The little gay pub in Logan Circle serves drinks with a side of politics. Former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi in the window up top, and Vice President Kamala Harris greeting you as you come in.
In D.C., this is like our sports. And, obviously, the election's coming up, and it's a way of us, living authentically and letting our clientele know who we support and where their money goes.
Co-owner Dito Sevilla says the portraits he put up of Harris were vandalized on September 11th.
We got a bunch of messages from neighbors on Instagram who had come by the pub and taken photos of the defaced Kamala signs. And so we were super shocked because, you know, in a neighborhood like this, you know, the support was over 95%. It was very unexpected.
New posters were printed days later, but Saturday morning, a little before 8:30, the same man struck again. The vandal caught on video spraying X's on Harris's face and defacing this bus shelter.
It said Harris equals Hitler, Trump better than Hitler. So it was some weird equation.
Defacing somebody's community or restaurant and they have to constantly pay money for that, that's not right. So when they catch the guy, just make them pay it back and do community service.
Councilmember Brooke Pinto was at Little Gay Pub Monday night for an event.
It is not acceptable to spread these hateful messages. It's not acceptable to destroy private property with them, and we won't stand for it.
Sevilla just wants the vandalism to stop.
I would love to say that we feel like victims and we're more deterred, but in fact it just makes us more resilient, and we keep putting them up.
All right, that was our Daniel Hamburg reporting. Well, if you run a red light in Tacoma Park, Maryland, you may be hearing from police. Their red light cameras went live today. Officers will be issuing warning notices to drivers who don't stop at red lights at certain intersections. The program is aimed at preventing crashes and saving lives. The grace period will last for 30 days, then drivers will be issued citations. Well, coming up here in DC News.